Welcome to Carl and Galileo's Cake Emporium, where physics is the main ingredient. On this episode of Cake Emporium, Carl and Galileo must bake a cake from scratch, but first they must create the universe.
Me and Galileo opened our cake shop 5 years ago, and I do all the work. Galileo may have thought of the law of inertia, but he's not very good at baking cakes, and all he does is sit there and not do anything. But despite that, our cake shop, it's pretty good. We bake a lot of cakes. We bake cakes from scratch. We had to create the universe first, but once we did that, the cakes are pretty good. This is Cake Emporium.
Ha! Carl, look! It's Newton's first law of inertia! Oh no, it didn't work! It's actually my first law, but everyone likes Newton better, I guess, Carl.
Galileo baked some cakes.
Oh, whatever. You don't understand
We have
genius.
physics to do, the physics of baking cakes.
I am brilliant! I am brilliant!
You know, it was hard creating the universe. But once me and Galileo created the universe, we just baked these cakes from scratch easy as pie.
Honk, honk. Carl, look! It's a force applied of the squash!
I don't care about momentum right now, alright? Momentum. Yeah,
you don't appreciate me! Why do I work here?
Squash's momentum is a lot larger than the apples.
Why do I work here? If you're not going to appreciate
I appreciate the momentum of it, but the squash cannot be baked into a cake.
How do you know? He's the one that cake made of squash. I would.
So, working with Galileo at a cake place, it's been difficult because, I know he's done a lot with physics.
I'm right here, man.
You've done a lot.
I can't take this. I can't take this.
He's done a lot with physics, I'll give him that, but he just doesn't take the work seriously. We created the universe in order to bake the cakes from scratch, alright? And now we're trying to bake stuff, and he just doesn't take it seriously. The physics is so good. He does so much good with physics. He's like the physics king. Newton's a jerk.
That is out of line, and you know it. Out of line. I work so hard.
Alright, you know what, Galileo? I'm done.
You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him discover in himself. Carl, will you help me discover myself how to bake a cake?
You taught me that both of these will fall at the same rate, and they will both hit the ground at the same time. So I will help you learn how to bake a cake. Even though you should have learned it when we opened our cake business 5 years ago.
Always with the sass. Forget it.
You know what? You and your physics.
Don't judge. Even though I may not feel it, the force of gravity is pushing down on me right now.
Galileo, get off the floor and help bake some cakes.
Leave me alone.
You and your physics.
Carl, look at all these electrons coming off of you and onto the balloon.
Now the balloon is electrically charged. But you know what you should do is you should charge the egg beater so you can start beating some eggs and help bake some cakes.
Hurry! Carl! See, time how fast the light goes back on and off! Speed of light!
Galileo, you should know that light travels too fast to be timed with an ordinary stopwatch.
Well, you know what? I want to climb top of a mountain with my real friends with a lantern. I want to see how long it takes for the light to get to him, and I will prove him wrong.
How would you climb on top of a mountain and bake a cake?
Ah! I don't get why Carl's so mean to me. I show him all this cool physics stuff, and he's like, Galileo, we gotta bake a cake, come on. And he just doesn't appreciate it. I worked so hard on this, and he's just always mean to me. I don't get it. Crackle, you're the only one who understands me. Honk, honk.
Galileo, get out of the bathtub and bake a cake!
Carl's coming! Run! Ah!
Alright, Cracko, I'm gonna teach you about cracking an egg. Alright, so everything is made out of atoms, and when you crack an egg, you stress out the atoms so you can more easily break it open into the measuring cup. So, and you want to crack it on a table because that way the force is more spread out, so it's not pinpointed to one specific area. So you just want to crack it gently on the table, and see it's cracked. And the atoms are very stressed, so you can just easily just pull it apart and snap it into the measuring cup.
What is this? Krakow, you said you were busy. That's why you couldn't climb the mountain with me.
Galileo, I'm trying to teach him about physics and atoms and stressed out and cracking eggs.
Krakow, tell me how long it takes me to run 5 meters, and then we can calculate my velocity. What's our time? Honk, honk. Carl, get me a Band-Aid!
No, Galileo, you get some whisks in your hand and mix a cake.
Carl, why? Ah, Krakow, why?
Now have you learned your lesson, Galileo?
Yes, Carl.
Now maybe you can help me bake a cake.
No, Carl, I want to make a cake, Carl.
Hey, how about I time the velocity of your tears running down your face? They're being pulled down by the force of gravity. All in all, today was a good day. We got the cake done for Mrs. Graducci's physics class. I think she'll like it. It has physics in it, because me and Galileo were physicists, you know. But, I mean, Galileo can just be really annoying sometimes, and I can't. Galileo, are you in here? Get out. What are you doing?
You really think of me, Carl?
Yes, Galileo. You are in pain.
Krakow!
Krakow.
Why?
And that concludes this week's episode of Carl and Galileo's Cake Emporium.
Carl. Oh, Carl.